Good, YouTube? Welcome back. DubDigital, crypto news, macro trends. Today we're gonna go over by request Cartesi, CTSI ticker on BTC pair, and this is Binance. All right, let's jump into it. On the 4-hour time frame, this is Cartesi so far. It's been ranging since the 10th of this, so about 10 days. It's been in this sideways range. It keeps touching and wicking at this bottom support line that I've drawn here. Okay, and I've done it, even came so far as a body touching that line. If you notice, guys, this thing is drifting downwards here, and that's not necessarily a great thing. Because as you're making lower lows, unless this is some kind of like downwards channel that's gonna pop up to the upside, I'm not expecting that to happen. I'm seeing the lower lows, I'm seeing the wicks towards this support area, I'm seeing the body starting to touch this support area, and then on the 4-hour I circled right here, this doji usually means a sign of reversal. Having reverse price action so close to this support line here makes me nervous, and under there I think we might grind for a little bit and turn back up. But even further down, the second support line I drew makes me nervous because there's such a large air pocket there. Let's see how big it is percentage wise. It's about 13% drop if the price was to breach this support line here, and I have even, so you guys see. I wrote air pocket, so you know this is an air pocket. The reason I don't really have full faith in this move, guys, is look how fast the volume dries up between each move. Now I just drew this here so you guys could kind of see the structure of the volume, right? Because in a real price move, in a real sustained price move with legs on it, you'll see volume start building up into the move, the price pop up, and volume continue to mimic the structure of this, right? So I'd expect something a little more choppy in terms of volume, but we do see a decrease, right? This indicates to me that a lot of buyers came in and began the move because they saw this buildup right here. They were looking at the flattening out of volume, the sideways price movements, and we started seeing dojis appear right here, which means that there's going to be a big price move coming in the future. And because it was at such low prices, under its cyclical high, looks like the bulls took control of this one. Shoots up, but then you see volume start drying out. It maintains some semblance of consistency, but look, we have pretty much, let's just say, without these outliers here and some going above the line, we'll say that we have pretty consistent volume. But as you see here, the price is doing these moves up, it's moving down. That's inconsistent with what we're seeing on the volume. That's why, look at this, we have increase in volume and a severe decrease in price. I don't trust this price move. I don't trust it. We're at least gonna come back down, in my opinion, and retest this line here. So that's basically what could happen with Cartesi. But let's zoom out and understand on a macro level what's going on. Okay, so Cartesi, through its life of this asset, wicked up to pretty high here. But guys, when we have wicks straight out of the gate, when the asset's released into an exchange, I don't trust it. That is the moment in time the market has no semblance of reasonability in terms of this asset's price. It's new. So look, the market pretty much go, is it worth this? Is it worth this? Quickly got brought back down to no. We think the asset should be trading around here. And this is the bottom, May 2020. The good thing is there's been, since its bottom, and pretty much since the life of this project, it's been maintaining its trend line pretty well here. But again, I draw this trend line to show you guys how extended this thing is in the macro view. Okay, we could always zoom up on the 3-month, and this thing looks much different. You could always zoom up on a 1-month. You know, the closer you guys get, the harder it is to understand what's the trees and what's the forest. So check this out now. Where we are price-wise, we're right above the all-time highs. But structurally, I think we're still gonna come back down to this level. You see us wick above it. But I just keep looking at this volume, guys. I just keep looking at this thing, and it's been pretty much a consistent downtrend over its life. Now, Cartesi is a coin that I own. I have a very small bag of it, but since this low, because I bought in at this, I bought somewhere in March, to be honest with you, so I have over 100% gain on this coin, but I'm just gonna let it ride. I don't have much in it, so I'm okay with losing it. But look how it keeps touching this trend line. It has overperformance, touch, lifts off. Overperformance, will we get another touch? We definitely could. Could we stay above and confirm? We definitely could. And from that area, we have a resistance support flip, as you see there. And I'll just keep extrapolating this line out. So look how long this triangle pattern is from the beginning of the chart. And I don't think this is the beginning of the asset's history. I just think it's when it was listed on Binance, but whatever. This looks premature. This looks like a premature breakout. I'm expecting another dip down, to be honest. And but first we got to dip down below this line, then that line. But that's not the most likely scenario. I do think, however, we're going to re-enter back into this coiling ascending triangle and continue winding, because that just looks extremely fast for the decrease in volume that's been experienced on this asset. Again, guys, I'm being pretty conservative. You could probably follow a lot of YouTube channels that'll tell you like, yeah, the 200-day moving average and the 50-day moving average is doing this, and a golden cross and all this momentum hypey plays. But that's not my game. If you follow this channel, you're a value investor. We pick up things that are undervalued. And the good thing about value investing, guys, is you don't gotta predict what's gonna overperform. You don't gotta be a Miss Cleo. You don't gotta be a psychic. All you gotta do, you just gotta notice when people mess up. And when they pump something, FOMO into something, then you take profits off. And if they don't respect something, leave it on the floor, you pick it up. My method in investing, guys, is basically everything reverts back to the mean. Even if it's at the high, it's gonna revert back to the mean. And if it's at the low, it's gonna revert back to the mean. Being a value investor in crypto just means you gotta notice when something is most likely not at its average. And you make money off that. It's not super complicated, it's not super sexy. But I'll tell you what, this is how you invest in a long trend over an asset. Cartesi, it's only performed well for me. I think, in my perspective, not financial advice, y'all are adults, take your own risk. I think it's gonna drop back down. I think it's inevitable. I put price discovery here at this point, as you use like the weekly chart. And that's really high level here. Because when you look at this bad boy from a weekly chart, it just basically shows that all this, when you're on the daily and the 4 hour, it looks like one big wick up here, and we haven't been hitting price discovery yet. But on the weekly, so the body of price discovery really has occurred back here. As you see on the weekly, we never came back down to touch. And we do have this bad boy here, which might indicate a reversal to this point. This might just be our support resistance flip. And at that point, if it does come back down, that might be an attractive time to come in and pick some up. And if it definitely comes back there and touches the trend line, that might be an attractive time to come pick some up. Because Cartesi is solid. It's one of the most promising new coins that I have in my selection. Not hating on the coin. I appreciate the coin, love what it's done for me, but I am hating at the price point currently based off of the technicals, based off of what I see, based off of the price keep touching this bottom. That could be a support flip. It could be, but I just see the decline of momentum and these air pockets. Most importantly, guys, I'm DubDigital. Crypto news, macro trends. Talk to you later. Peace.